They were dressed in the formal attire of waiters and waitresses, but they were tethered to the pole like horses to a children's pony ride, with long chains that fastened to metal belts around their waists. The pole itself, in contrast to the modern design and furnishings, was old and primitive, a single piece of weathered timber that reached all the way to the ceiling and at one time might have been the mast of a ship. Near the base of the pole, two squat, ugly brown men, illegal aliens, Gloria thought, were being secured to additional chains, and as she watched, carpet sweepers and feather dusters were put into their hands, and they were ordered to spot clean the lounge. At first Gloria was shocked, and for a brief moment she considered leaving the winner's circle to protest this gross injustice and clear violation of human rights. But Ralph and the activities coordinator were standing there talking as if nothing was amiss. A smiling young woman with a Middle Eastern accent brought her a complimentary glass of orange juice on a tray. Another young woman offered her slices of melon on individual plates of dainty china, and she found that she became used to the situation very quickly. The tethered waiters and waitresses maneuvered smoothly around the large circular room to the ends of their chains, deftly avoiding entangling themselves in a manner that was almost balletic as they served the needs of the seated guests, and Gloria soon realized that this was quite an ingenious way to maintain control of employees and ensure that they remained at their posts. No, it wasn't, she told herself. It would be much more practical to have the staff able to freely move about and perform their duties with ordinary flexibility, rather than be tied up like animals. But that brief, aberrant thought fled as a handsome, tuxedoed young man offered her a napkin, then adroitly took up the slack in his chain as he headed toward the sunken section of the lounge. "I could get used to this," Ralph said. "I thought you'd enjoy it," the activities coordinator told him. He nodded at Ralph, gave Gloria a slight bow. "I have other errands I have to run, other work that needs to be done, so I'll let you two mingle. I'll be back later when it's time to start talking tournament strategy. In the meantime," he gestured expansively, "enjoy." Gloria took Ralph's arm, and the two of them walked further into the lounge, past a tanned, fit couple seated on a love seat talking intensely, down the steps into the sunken area, where they were greeted by a large, fierce-looking man who introduced himself as the Roadrunner's captain. After the initial pleasantries, Ralph began talking shop with the man, who was apparently some sort of financial consultant. Gloria politely extricated herself and looked for a place to sit down. Out of the corner of her eye, she saw a well-coiffed older woman approaching, the deliberateness of obligation in the pace of her step. "Dana Peters," the woman introduced herself archly, "president of the Springerville Historical Society." Gloria thought it odd that the woman would announce her occupation along with her name, but she assumed that it was one of those big fish in a small pond things, a badge of honor in the Hickville she called home, and she merely glanced at Dana Peters dismissively. "Yes," she said, and turned away, gratified to hear a little insulted grunt from the woman. She found a large, comfortable chair and smiled as she sat down, a chained Asian man taking her empty orange juice glass. She had the feeling that they were going to like it here.